God's beautiful people. Welcome to the channel. Today, let's talk a little bit about a question. The very first question that I asked, and the same question a lot of people that I meet are asking. And that question is, what is an LVAD? Now, let me give you the medical term, or the medical word. It is called a left ventricular assist device, or LVAD for short. And what that is a mechanical pump that pumps the blood throughout the heart and throughout the body for someone who has a weak heart, like myself. And it's a device that some genius created. And what that device is intended to do is to bridge you from your weak heart status to heart transplant. This opportunity right here, as we're discussing about what is an LVAD, just to show you guys some of the equipment that it becomes a part of your daily routine, daily activity, what I call my new normal. Okay, we have right here, this is my INR machine to check the thickness or the thinness of our blood. We're currently on warfarin, and the blood has to be maintained a certain thickness and a thinness to pump throughout your LVAD. This right here is the vascular Doppler. We just showed you guys how that works, and that lets you know that your blood is circulating. Then you have your backup controller, and this is what the controller does. If you saw that I had in my pocket on a rainy day, this is what it actually is. And this more or less is the brain, the computer of your LVAD pump, which is in your chest. Now, I wish I could show you guys the pump, but I can't because it's in the chest. Here we have batteries. My batteries, you get a set of 8 batteries. I got 2 on my hip right now. These 2, plus the 2 more holsters to snap the batteries into. And then I have my backup batteries, that the charger that be at the house. That's here. And this machine, this is the umbilical cord. When I call it my umbilical cord, but that's what I plug into at night. Now, your backup controller, along with your batteries and your holsters, you want to take that with you when you're out and about, if you're going to the store, if you're going to the movies, or whatever. And I call mine my go bag. That means it's always on the go with me in the event. Now, you know, I've never had a situation where the controller was to malfunction, but if it does, then that's why you have the backup to easily switch it over and get yourself to the hospital as soon as you can. Now, of course, this right here is the driveline kit that comes, and everything that you need to sanitarily and very cautiously change your driveline is in this kit. This is awesome right here. And it's situated where everything is in order in the way that you need to use it. So those are great. And this right here is ultrasound jelly. And guess what? It's the same type of jelly that they use when they're checking to see the fetus inside the mother and the progress of the baby. It's the same thing. You put this on and you use your vascular Doppler, and it reads your blood. And of course, we have the blood pressure cup. That in itself is how we take and maintain and always daily know what our blood circulation and blood pressure is. All right? Cool. Let's talk about what led myself to being the recipient of an LVAD. I guess it was on about July 2016. The wife and I and my brother and his wife and the newborn baby, we all was sitting at the table having breakfast, and you know, once the meal was over, we just sitting talking and having a good time, enjoying family time. Me and the wife, we stayed behind in the kitchen because I wanted to marinate some chicken because I'm thinking about fajitas. I was going to do fajitas. And I'm always doing something new with recipes and food because I'm a chef. That's just what I do. So we was in the kitchen. I was leaning on the breakfast bar, that little island. And, you know, we was just talking and having a good time. And my heart took off. It just shoom. And I never experienced that before. I experienced my heart slowing down. I experienced my heart speeding up. And I also experienced my heart stopping. That's why I got the defibrillator in me, because when it stops, it shocks clear, boom, yeah. So my heart took off and I stood up and I just called my wife's name twice. And that was all I remember. When I came to, I was laying on my back, looking at the ceiling in a puddle of my own urine. And of course, she's screaming and hollering, wake up, wake up, wake up. And that's what led me to being rushed to the hospital. We get to the hospital. The defibrillator is a unique device as well, because what it does is it keeps track of how many beats your heart is beating. And once they read the data off of this thing, the doctor came in and he had this look on his face like, hey, this is serious. And he said, hey, your heart, it took off and it beat about 2,000 times. And that is basically the work of what we call the widowmaker. So, of course, me and my wife looking at each other, and we're looking at this guy like, what is he talking about? What? Wait, what? And he said, basically, you said you were standing up. I said, yes, sir, I was standing up. When my heart took off, I just, it caught me off guard. He said, then you said you fell down, and your wife tried to catch you. Yes, sir, she tried to catch me, and I fell. He said, well, basically, sir, before you hit the floor, you was already dead. What? What? Wait, what? Yes, you had the widowmaker. You had a massive cardiac arrest, and before you hit the floor, you was already dead. So it is, I was never supposed to meet you, so it's a pleasure to meet you, sir. And I'm sitting there like, what? Wait, what? And he said, right now, where we're at right this moment is we're waiting for the cardiologist specialist from Hershey Medical to give us a call, because we're going to transport you there. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Let me go home. Let me get some things together. And no, sir, we can't send you home. Wait a minute, hold on. How you going to just keep me hostage here is what I said to this doctor. He's like, no, sir, we cannot let you go home, because we don't know if you have another one of them, you might not live through it. So we're going to take you immediately to Hershey. And I'm like, wow. Oh, okay. We get to Hershey, and of course they in there, they looking for IV and hooking up to everything, and boom, boom, everything's just going so fast. It's like, wait a minute, let me catch up here. And next thing I know, the doctor comes in and introduces herself as the head of cardiologist, and she tells me she's the one responsible for me being there. And I'm like, okay, nice to meet you. Can you tell me what's going on? And then she went on to explain to me how bad my heart is. It's at a weaker stage. It's about 20% usage. And I was not even supposed to make it thus far. And when I passed out, of course, she said it again. You had already expired, Mr. LVAD. And what we want to do here is we want to equip you with an LVAD. And like I said, the first question I asked is, what is an LVAD and why? An LVAD, and she went on to tell me exactly what it does. It's hooked to the left side of your heart, and it does the work of the left side of your heart. It brings the blood into the heart and pumps it out through the body. And it's a lot of technical things going on, but basically what I want you to focus on, Mr. LVAD, is that it'll give you a better quality of life. Okay, so all this happened, guys, within a matter of, we talking hours. So I went from passing out to what I now know as dying, to being taken to a hospital I didn't know exists, talking to someone that I don't know, and she's telling me, okay, you need this device. We need to make a decision, and we need to make it real soon. Wow, all in one day. Okay. So now I done thought about it, and basically I said, let me go. Just let me go. She was like, well, no, that's not an option. My wife didn't want to hear that. My family didn't want to hear that. And this heart specialist, she definitely didn't want to hear that. So, we went through a whole lot of things as far as mental. And, we're trying to figure out exactly what this device is and how much your life is going to change. And It was just so much going on. Long story short, at the end of the day, we decided to get this device. And I'm going to say this, you know, if you know someone, or you might even be considering, give them the information that wasn't given to me. And that was the fact that, hey, man, your whole life is going to change, but it's going to become a new normal. And you're going to have a better quality of life. You know, and I have. I've had a better quality of life. I went from not being able to walk up a flight of stairs right here in my home because I had to stop halfway just to get myself together to make the rest of the step, to up and down these steps 3-4 times a day. You know, but yes, my life has changed. I haven't had a shower in 3 years. Yeah, because we can't get this stuff wet. And there are tutorials out there, because I've been searching out there, that says, okay, it's okay to take a shower. But by the time I sat around, wrap it and plastic bag it and all this, I might as well just go ahead and keep doing what I'm doing, you know. And my uncle told me years ago, water will find a way to get in where you're trying to keep it out of. So I just don't want to run the risk. The one gentleman that I did meet on my recovery stage was in there on his 3rd LVAD, and it was because it was infected. I just wasn't trying to do all that. So my thing to you is, you know, there is life after LVAD, and I'm titling this my journey, and I'm also saying, hey, you know what, I'm living the LVAD life, you know. So just stay tuned, subscribe. You know, if I can get an answer to you, I'm a sure do that. I'm going to answer questions as best as I can, because I had those questions as well. I'm going to encourage you. You may not even have the same heart issue as me, you know, but hey, we got heart issues. We on the same team. If they cracked your chest open, that means you got a zipper going down the center of your chest. We part of the zipper family. So we got something in common right there. But hey, subscribe, stay tuned, keep looking for the videos, and we'll get through this together. Leave a comment, hit me on the email. It's not as bad, it's only as bad as we make it, and I'm one of them ones that I'm determined that I'm going to make this thing do exactly what they say it's supposed to do, and that's give David a better quality of life. So y'all just stay tuned and hang on in there with me and keep on coming back. Subscribe. Peace.